What's going on, guys? It's Andrew Martinez with Home of Fight. I have Alden Coria here, coming off a win this past Saturday in OKC. How you doing today, man?
Pretty good, man. Just about to relax, eat some taquitos, homemade taquitos, watch some freaking Netflix or something. Kind of just relax on my day off.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I feel that. So I wanted to get into first off, who is Alden Coria? Because I feel like I haven't seen many interviews of you kind of just talk about like your upbringing. I know you're originally from Tennessee, right?
I'm originally from Tennessee, small little town. It was literally called Bean Station, and played soccer for about most of my life. We moved when I was like 7, moved to Houston. Man, we hated it when we first got here. We kind of moved into like a bad neighborhood. It wasn't the best neighborhood. Kind of didn't like it that much. I continued to play soccer when I got here, and I was actually my dad envisioned me being a professional soccer player. I mean, that was my original kind of like plan, But I kind of just didn't like soccer as much. Didn't like relying on teammates that were putting in half-ass effort and to win. And I wanted to rely solely on what I do, So um, also, I mean, I was always a smaller guy, so I got picked on. People hear about a lot about this. I got bullied a lot, so that's kind of why I got into MMA. I just chose one summer to try out a class, and just fell in love with it ever since. And that's what I've been doing since then. I've definitely, yeah, I just deep dove off the end, jumped off the cliff with MMA, and I just put everything into this sport. I dedicated everything since day one of starting. Was like I know this is what I want to do. Still, I was pretty much with 4 Ounce Fight Club this the entire ride. They've brought me up ever since I was young. I was training with Alex Black, Daniel Pineda,
Mhm.
Derek Lewis, Larry Crow, Domingo Pilarte, a bunch of old school guys that have been in the game for a very, very long time. And 4 Ounce has grown. I mean, we've definitely parted ways with a bunch of coaches, but Daniel Pineda is now the head coach, and him, Artenius Young, and Frank and Joseph McCamish are the ones that are putting all their effort into the 4 Ounce fighters to make sure that we are the best that we can possibly be.
Hell yeah, I love to hear that. So I know you said you started training years ago. Um, when was it that you decided you actually wanted to make this a career?
I'd probably say probably with my first amateur fight. I mean, I don't think you want to take this seriously. I mean, if you're taking your first amateur fight, you're for sure in. I mean, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot just to be a fighter. So I think with my very first amateur fight, I was like, "Damn, I can really do this." It doesn't matter how big you are, where you come from. It does none of that matters. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you found the right team, you can make all of this possible for sure.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, so I saw you used to work as a cell tower technician. What was that like? Like, I know a lot of people have like, fear of heights and whatnot,
Mhm,
but to just, spend hours up there probably,
mhm.
how was that and how did you balance that with training?
Um, Man, that was great. That was probably if I could recommend a job to anyone that wants something totally different than anything else that you've ever done in your life, I would definitely recommend doing that. It's good pay also. I mean, you get hazard pay. I mean, obviously it's dangerous, but I mean,
Mhm.
they got the regulations. Man, I love that job. We would travel all the time. We'd be 200, 300 foot up in the air for freaking 10 hours a day, 10, 11, 12 hours a day. I also had that fear of heights. I was actually terrified. I mean, you're up there, you're shaking, you're like, people are moving around, shaking the tower, it's swaying back and forth, and you're just like, damn, bro, just stop moving, stop moving. Yeah, man, I definitely had my fear of heights, but after a little while, you get used to it. And when I started doing that job, I mean, I just had a friend that also joined 4 Ounce Fight Club, and he understood what it took to be a fighter. So he knew that there were days that I was gonna have to be off earlier just so I could make the gym. And I'm very grateful for him. And I mean, definitely it took a boss that had the understanding of what it took to be a fighter to allow me to be at training. So right, we worked from 5 in the morning to depending on how far we are from the site, I'd get off right from the site and I'd make it to the gym maybe 1 or 2 minutes off of our starting time. So um, yeah, I mean that's just kind of how I had to make it work. Definitely just having a boss that understands, and then I mean you gotta also want to make that happen. So I'd work all day and then I'd go train for another 3 4 hours at night just because that was the only time I could have trained.
Yeah, I feel that. So when I was actually looking just a little bit into your personal life, I saw that you actually like fishing, um, and video games. I've seen your
Yeah,
streams. I've seen your streams a little bit on TikTok and stuff. What's
yeah.
your favorite video game franchise? And as far as fishing goes, what's your favorite species to target? Are you like a bass fisherman or
Mhm.
catfish or what
Yeah.
about that?
So for video games, right now I'm playing a lot of Rust. It's kind of like a art game. You
Yeah.
start with nothing in the very beginning. You build a shelter and stuff like that, get guns and stuff like that. Just something like so. I mean, that's a little different than everything else. I'd probably like say maybe my favorite game is Call of Duty. Just, I mean, playing ever since I was like 12, 13, 14, being a little badass kid, cussing and stuff online. That's probably
Hmm.
Call of Duty is probably like one of my favorite games. When it comes to fishing, I love bass fishing. That's fun to do, but I do love going to Galveston and doing some like what is it, like jetty fishing and stuff like that for speckled trout, red drum, black drum, stuff like that. That's what I usually enjoy more than just going to like bass fishing and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, I feel that. As far as Call of Duty though, so are you like a Warzone player or are you a just like multiplayer?
Man, Warzone was probably like the last thing I played, and I honestly haven't played Call of Duty in like probably over a year just because I don't really like the new Black Ops movement or whatever. But so I just keep playing Rust. But man, yeah, like Warzone, or I'm probably gonna buy Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 again, just so I can play some old school zombies. I'll probably do some shit like that.
Hell yeah. Um, Going back to like the whole fishing thing, have you been hunting yet? Do
I
you
have
hunt at
not.
all?
I have not. I've been trying to go with Kevin Holland and my friend Ben. We're trying to get something set up so we can go hunt some hogs and stuff like that. That'd be
Yeah,
dope.
yeah, that was gonna be my next question. If you did go hunting, have you been with Kevin yet? I know that would be a crazy time. Um, all right, speaking of 4 Ounce Fight Club, obviously you have Joshua Van there. I know Kevin is around at times, Michael
Hmm.
as well, and you guys have a lot of other talented pro fighters that are fighting in Fury right now. Um,
Hmm.
if you guys were to have a gym war, so just pick any gym in the U.S. or even abroad, who would you pick?
Let's do what is it? Where's either AKA or what is it? American Top Team in Florida.
Okay,
We we
and that's
definitely be we definitely be up there for sure.
all right. You trying to fight those Dagestanis at AKA? I feel
Yeah,
that.
nah, I definitely am.
So speaking on your last fight, OKC. Um, I saw on social media, there was some haters after that performance. I
Hmm.
personally thought, you looked good. You actually did an interview shortly before that fight, a couple of weeks before it, where you said, you were expecting that there was going to be some scrambles. Obviously, Stewart is more of a grappler than he is a striker, but he does like to strike at times.
Hmm.
You kind of called it to a T. Other than not getting the finish, you said, you were going to pick him apart on the feet. You were going to show that you have grappling as well. Have you rewatched the fight yet?
I've watched it a couple of times, and I'm still kind of not pleased with my performance. I do want more for myself, and I know I could have gave it more, and I just feel bad for the next person because I mean, it's dangerous if I'm coming off a loss and I want to get back. But I mean, I won and I'm still unpleased. So I just feel bad for whoever they give me next because I'm just gonna be busting my ass for this next one.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if seeing like the haters online, talk about you, if that kind of fueled, going into this next matchup, whoever it may be. Are
Mhm.
you just really gunning for that finish? Um, do you think you're ready for a top 15 yet?
I do. I mean, top 15 right now. I think number 15 is Costa. If Costa's up there, bro, come on, they got to give me top 15 for sure.
Absolutely. I like to ask some silly stuff as well. Everybody likes to know about the gym, your training partners. But I have some silly stuff I wanted to ask you. So, which UFC fighter would you want to be stranded with on a remote island?
Stranded with, damn, I need someone that's gonna work hard or someone that's actually I'm gonna take Josh Van on that one. He used to live in Myanmar. I know they're out there working their ass off. So I think I'd take Josh Van on that one.
All right. If you had to fight one heavyweight fighter, but you only had one weapon of choice, who would it be, and what would the weapon of choice be?
Uh, Damn, heavyweight. I'm gonna take Derek Lewis and give me a sledgehammer.
Damn. All right, you went for the homie. All right. In a scary movie scenario, you're with Michael Aswell, Joshua Van, and Kevin Holland. Which one of you guys gets killed first, and who's the last standing?
Who gets killed? I'm gonna say Aswell gets killed first, and I'm gonna be the last one standing for sure.
You know, it's funny you said Michael because in my head, that's what I thought. After hanging out with Michael a bit, the Friday before the fight, I kind of get the gist that he's a very curious guy. He
Yeah,
likes to, you know,
he'll go find out.
he's a little hyper. Yeah, exactly. But one last question. Obviously, you know, you have the champ at the gym. Is there anything that you've learned with him or learned from him since he's gotten the belt? Obviously, he showed against Tyra. He has extremely good grappling as well. He
Mhm.
was able to get up. Is there anything that you have kind of picked up from him since he's become champion?
I would say just like other than like the fighting aspect, just being patient with like your career, like over time, it's gonna build up over time. It's not always gonna be this leap and bound. Josh definitely had to work his way up to this championship fight. So I mean, I would just say like being patient with, I guess like the position that I'm in because he's always telling me he's like, man, just wait. Like the all the good things that you want, they're coming, they're gonna come. And I'm somewhat impatient, not impatient, but he's only been training for what, like 5 6 years, and I've been doing this for 16 years, so it's a little tough at time because I wish I was a little bit further, but I mean, with him in my corner and him telling me to just stay patient, these things are going to come. I think patience and just being ready to receive things is what I've been learning from him.
Absolutely. I love that. Well, thank you for your time, man. It was great seeing you in Oklahoma City. That was the first time I got to meet you, and I mean, dude, you were cool. You were literally just a normal, regular person. I know you
Yeah,
said that
bro.
before.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. I appreciate you taking the time for this, and
thank you, bro.
I'm looking forward to the next fight. Is there a specific time frame that you're thinking?
Man, I'm thinking in the next 8 to 12 weeks we'll have something lined up. I want to fight pretty soon. I'm not trying to wait around. I mean, again, like I'm seeing where Costa's getting after these 3 wins that he's had in the next last 3 months. So like I'm ready to go and I'm ready to prove myself in the UFC.
Hell yeah, I love to hear it. Is there anybody you want to shout out before you go?
I want to shout out 4 Ounce Fight Club, uh, Hardstyle, Space City Collective. I want to shout out my girlfriend for always taking care of the things that I need when I'm not obviously not able to take care of it, and just my family and friends that have believed in me since day one.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you for doing this again. Hopefully, one day we'll run it back. You'll be flyweight champion,
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm looking forward to seeing your career, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.